Welcome, everybody. It is that day, man. It is the last day of the week. And everybody's working for the weekend. And the weekend starts tomorrow, man. This is Thrashing Thursday on Friday, man. This is my one free YouTube show I do once a week. Everybody is welcome in my house. The only rules are, man, that you are respectful to me and to each other, and you don't act like a child, and you don't act like a mark. This is a no mark zone. No marks are allowed in here. Why? Because you act like marks. And this show is for adults. This show is for intelligent people that get it and that know where I'm coming from. So everybody come inside, man. Wipe off your feet. Grab a cream soda. I am going to spend the next 30 minutes with you. And if you want to be part of this conversation, man, you've got to do it through a super sticker or a donation. Why? Because I am working. This is my job. Russo'sBrand.com has been my platform for well over a decade, thanks to my loyal listeners and my loyal supporters. And right now, man, if you've never been a member of our Patreon, you can go over to Patreon right now and get a free week of Russo's Brand. You have the opportunity to sample us and see if you want to stick around. If you do want to stick around after that week, a monthly subscription at the number one tier is $3 a month. You got that? That is 75 cents a week for the first tier of Patreon. So go grab your free week at patreon.com/RussoTWC, and I hope it sticks. Today, we are going to be talking about why the WWE had no plan going into WrestleMania season. And there was no plan. There was no plan until I suspect The Rock and Brian Gerwertz entered the picture and probably pitched the John Cena turn. That is going to be my guess and my observation. Guys, I don't come on here, man, claiming to have sources and moles and knowing inside information. I am not on the phone all week long trying to get dirt. No, bro, what I do is based on experience, man. What I do is, having been there and done that, I sit back, I look at the situation, and I can pretty much tell you what is going on behind the scenes. So we're going to get into why the WWE clearly had no plan going into this WrestleMania season. Now, this is how you get on the show, man. My friend CPB Station with a $10 donation. Thank you, my friend. I love that little logo between the $10. That looks like an adapter for a 45 record. I'm going to assume that's what it is. I was just listening, man, to some of my vinyl on my turntable, man. I've got about 4,500 albums. I was just listening to a little OJ's, so I love that 45 logo. CPB Station says, happy Friday, brother. The WWE signing a huge deal with Netflix, high-fiving each other, has made their creative not only suffer, but makes no sense. It's like trying to surf in a reservoir. It is senseless. Well, that is a very good point and a very good observation and a very good analogy from my friend. Let's see what John Desjardins has to say. Hey, did you meet Kiss when they were in WCW? Yes, I did, John. Not only did I meet them, I got to produce them for a vignette, which was absolutely awesome, man. I went to see Kiss in concert at the God, what was the arena in Atlanta? I can't even remember the name of the arena, but I went to see Kiss. Ted Nugent opened up for Kiss. And after Ted Nugent played, they grabbed me. They brought me in the back. All the original members were there. Gene, Peter, Chris, and Paul. Gene, Peter, Ace, and Paul. And I actually got to produce them. I actually got to produce Gene Simmons. A highlight of my career, John, no doubt about it. It was probably about somewhere within 1999, 2000. It was somewhere right around there. I'm trying to remember the name of the arena in Atlanta. Was it the Phillips Arena? Was it Phillips? I think it was the Phillips Arena. It was the same place I had the cage match with Ric Flair. Great question, John. Great memory for me, man. Definitely a great memory for me. Speaking of Catman, hello, my friend. How are you doing this morning? I'm doing great, Catman, and I'll tell you why. Catman. I woke up this morning, and baseball season is 6 days away. 6 days away. We kick off next Thursday. So I could not be doing any better, my friend. We've got Jack. I love when you make fun of Tony Khan where he does the scrums. You should do more videos of Tony Khan. Hey, Jack, on Castrating the Marks, which is on russosbrand.com. Bro, we've got Tony Khan clips every single week. Every single week. Bro, they're entertaining as hell. I've got no beef with Tony Khan. And, bro, from what I hear, Tony is a great guy. And people love working for Tony. I mean, bro, don't get me wrong. He's a crappy writer, booker. But he seems like an all-around great guy. But he provides us with some great entertainment, Jack. And on Castrating the Marks, Tony is highlighted every week. Awesome sauce. You'd rather be hit with spikes or watch one more year of Raw? Oh, my God, bro. That is a good question. If I could take a bat of nails to my back and not have to watch a year of Raw but still get paid for it, God, that is interesting, awesome sauce. I got to tell you, man, I'm leaning to the bat. I'm freaking leaning to the bat. I got to be honest with you, man. Take one shot to the back, a bed of nails, and I get paid to watch Raw for a year, but I don't have to watch it. I think I'm taking the bat, bro. Man, we got a lot of great comments today. Mr. Hughes. Billy Gunn, who is an active AEW roster, has been confirmed to appear at DLC in the new WWE video game. For this is to happen, WWE must have worked out a deal with Tony Khan, which is surprising. I don't think that's surprising, bro. I'm sure that Tony Khan thinks very highly of Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn has been good for that company. It sounds like Billy Gunn was offered this opportunity by the WWE. I'm sure Billy then went to Tony, and Tony worked it out for Billy. I don't think that's surprising at all. I just finished saying, bro, the consensus is that Tony's a really good guy. So I'm not surprised at that at all. Mode was a Q. Hope all is well, bro. What did you think of Seth versus Roman versus Punk? Bro, I hate when I'm asked that question. What did you think? Guys, I don't think about wrestling. I don't ever think about wrestling. When I am performing, when I am reviewing, when I am doing a show like this, I will get in entertainer mode. But, bro, there isn't a single day where I think 1 single second about wrestling. I'm just being honest with you. Catmandu, Are they work nails? Nah, bro. Thems were shoot nails. They were not. How do you work a nail, bro? Like, how do you work a nail penetrating skin? The only way those would have been worked nails would have been if they bent. They clearly did not bend. Those were not worked nails. I bet you John Moxley wished they were worked nails. Guys, great interaction, man. I love you being a part of this conversation. And it's going to a good cause, bro. You are you are supporting me, and you're supporting all the great people on Russo's brand, man, from Jeff Lane, Ben Hameen, Stevie Richards, Stevie Ray of Harlem Heat, EC3, the Disco Inferno, Al Snow. Obviously, all of them are paid to do shows on russosbrand.com, and you really help support that. Guys, I'll never forget a couple of years ago, Stephanie McMahon actually made the statement that the WWE books things 1 year in advance. And bro, I had to laugh out loud, because if we are seeing booking that has been planned for the last year, then everybody should be fired. So let's just call Stephanie McMahon a liar when it comes to that, because either we call her a liar and say that is absolutely, positively not true, or they have booked a year of absolute shite. What do I mean about that, bro? It's real easy what I mean. The entire freaking story last year was about Cody Rhodes and having to finish the story. Rock came in at the last minute. Rock didn't think Cody and Roman was a strong enough main event. He wanted it to be, Rock and Roman. That's what Rock wanted. And that's what they said it was going to be on TV. They said that, bro. But then, Dave LaGreca threw on his pink robe and carried on like a mark. And, the marks followed. So he finished the story, Cody Rhodes did, at WrestleMania. Okay, bro. So, Stephanie, are you going to tell me that this shitty year of booking for Cody Rhodes as the champion, this was all planned out a year ago? A year ago, you planned we are going to give Cody a shitty year of title defenses? Because that's what it's been. So if what you're saying is true, then people really need to be fired. If this past year, the Cody Rhodes title defenses were planned a year in advance, none of those people have any business whatsoever working in the wrestling business, because it's been horrible. It's been a horrible run for Cody Rhodes. Catman, no, but I'm talking about you. Are you getting hit with work nails or shoot? Oh, no, bro, I'll take the shoot nails, Catman. I will take if I don't have to watch Raw for a year and you pay me as if I did, I will definitely take the shoot nails. I will definitely, but you got to pay me up front, bro. Work today and I'll pay you tomorrow. Bro. You got to pay me up front. Swatisfy TV. No DQ put out an article saying you trash Paul E. Bro, listen, I wouldn't call it trashed. I am not a fan of Paul E. I've made that clear. My personal experiences with Paul E., I am not a fan of Paul E. I am not a fan of Paulie's character. He has cut the same exact promo for the last 10 years. Every single promo is exactly the same. I think the dude is very, very, very one-dimensional. That is my opinion. And if I don't necessarily think we are talking, I don't think that's a burial. I don't think he's entertaining. I think it's an old act. He cuts the same promo every time. And from a business point of view, I don't appreciate what he did to some of the boys back in the day. Catman, how much are we talking? Catman, then I would tell you how much Sportskeeda pays me to review the shows. I can't tell you that, bro. Sportskeeda would not be happy with me. Erith Green, Cody has yet to cut a promo in proper English. I agree with you, man. I agree. Okay, bro. So we've had this horrific title run for Cody Rhodes. Absolutely horrific. There are no opponents for Cody Rhodes because the WWE can't get anybody over. Okay? Why? It's real simple, bro. You're not going to get anybody over with 50-50 booking. You're not going to get anybody over with win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, especially when there's no character development and there's no storylines. How are you possibly going to get anybody over? You know, it's like it's like any sports franchise playing 500 ball. They win as many as they lose. They're never going to get over. Now, they would get over if it's an NBA player and you've got a character on your team and you've got maybe a Kobe Bryant Shaq storyline going on. But the reality of it is when you got 50-50 booking, when you got no characters and no stories, then nobody's getting over. Awesome Sauce. Does Heyman not look like a fat Paul Giamatti? Bro, if I comment on that, I'm gonna get heat. I'm not gonna talk about the fella's weight. JB, Bianca versus Rhea could have been a big Mania match for the women. Inserting Io Sky into this seems like pandering to the internet. Absolutely, Jay. They pander to the internet. That is their fan base. That is who they are catering to, bro. Arieth Green, do you think Derek Jeter is overrated? Not at all. Not at all, man. Arieth, the perfect description of Derek Jeter is captain. Derek Jeter was a leader, bro. Absolutely. I do not think Derek Jeter is overrated at all. Swatify, that Cena heel promo was horrible, repetitive. Okay, that's what I want to talk about, guys. The WWE had no plans going into WrestleMania because they pulled Cena out of their arse because nobody was over enough to face Cody for the title. Bro, they looked at, we've got two titles. We've got one title on Gunther and we've got one title on Cody. Jey Uso seems to be getting over. Let's put Jey Uso in a match with Gunther. Now, a lot of people are poo-pooing that match. And, bro, going into WrestleMania, they've been absolutely burying Gunther. Absolutely burying Gunther. So quite frankly, that match means absolutely nothing. Gunther is not a killer heel. He's not been slaying people going into WrestleMania. And, bro, they haven't even been booking Gunther 50-50. They've been booking Gunther 25-75. And Gunther's getting the 25, and this is your champion. Awesome Sauce, top 5 Yankees ever. Oh, man, bro, you're going to ask me that in the middle of my rant here. Reggie Jackson, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig. Don Mattingly, Yogi Berra. Does that work? Catman, Stephanie can't say that because the WWE creative is just as bad as John Moxley's choices. Jing Jong. Oh, I like that. Jing Jong. Is there a day in the week where you're not so negative? Yes, I am not so negative when I am doing things that I enjoy doing. When I'm playing fantasy baseball, I'm very positive. When I am watching a good television show, I am very positive. When I am listening to a good record, I am very positive. Jing Jong, when I'm watching a shit wrestling show, I am very negative. When I am talking about shit wrestling angles, I am very negative. When I am talking about shit wrestling characters, I am very negative. So does that answer your question? You want more? When I'm playing with Penelope, I am very positive. When I'm doing the hey nanny nanny with my wife, I am very positive. When I am on the phone with my grandchildren, I am very positive. Is that enough examples for you, Jing Jong? You need any more examples, bro? Okay, let me go to Aerith Green. Have you ever watched UFC MMA? And Aerith, I have. I am not a UFC fan. I'm just not an MMA fan, man. I don't like to watch something where I know people are going to get hurt. That's me. I don't like watching something where I know people are going to get hurt. Okay, let me get back to what I was talking about. So they booked Gunther and Jey Uso, which is not a main event, by the way. So now they realize, man, we got to pull something out of our arse that's got to be really strong. So they looked up and down the roster. Who are they going to book Cody Rhodes against, bro? Who are they going to book Cody Rhodes against? They're going to book Cody Rhodes against Sami Zayn? They're going to book Cody Rhodes against Finn Balor? Cody Rhodes against Kevin Owens? Is that a main event? Should I go on? They had nobody, bro, to book Cody against at WrestleMania. Enter The Rock, who always seems to add 2 months of a shining light every year. Enter The Rock, enter Gerwirtz, and now we're going to turn John Cena heel. Do you think Noseman is going to book Cody to beat Cena? Bro, honestly, I cannot put my head into Triple H's head because I have no idea what this dude is thinking when he's booking. I've got no idea, bro. In my opinion, there's no way in the world John Cena cannot go over. That is my opinion, but who knows? Who knows what they're going to do? So they needed an opponent for Cody. I'm assuming Rock pitches this idea because there are never any good ideas until The Rock shows up. So I'm assuming Rock pitches the idea, let's turn Cena heel. Cena is on board. But here's the problem, bro. This is the problem. Since it wasn't planned out, there was no storytelling involved. Do you understand? There was no 3-month buildup to the Cena turn. Bro, remember when Rock joined the corporation? There was a build to that. Arith, thoughts of Gerwirtz as a writer in general. You know, listen, Arith, I got to tell you, Brian Gerwirtz has always been very good to me. I don't have a mean word to say about him. I've never worked with him on that level, so it's really hard for me to judge. I don't know what Brian Gerwirtz wrote and didn't write, but I do know he's been a very successful writer. I do know that Rock thinks very highly of him. So, he must be good at what he does, but I've never actually worked with him to be able to tell you that firsthand. Okay. So, bro, since there wasn't a plan, they couldn't tell a story. So, since they couldn't tell a story, what they had to do was they had to pull it out their ass. And that's exactly what they did. Cena turning on Cody at Elimination Chamber, they pull that out their ass. Okay, bro, no problem. They did it very well for Jing Jang. Hey, Jingle Jangle. I just put something over, bro. I just put something over, Jingle Jangle. The angle was very well. They did the turn very, very, very well. I enjoyed it. I put it over. But now as a writer, as a wrestling writer, and as a television writer, there are more holes in this story than freaking Swiss cheese. Number one, Rock had the model champion representing his company. That model champion would be Cody Rhodes. Rock made it clear he holds a high position in the company. He's one of the decision makers. He's on the board. You would think that Rock is thrilled to death that somebody like Cody Rhodes is the horn ornament of the company. The people love Cody. They sing his song. Cody's great with the kids. Cody does everything the company asks him to do. Cody represents the company well. There's a million reasons why Cody should be the champion. So then why does Rock want him replaced? Why does Rock say, I want your soul? That was never explained. Number two, Cena won the Elimination Chamber. So why did Cena need to sell out? He already had the title shot against Cody Rhodes. Also, Cena is a multi-millionaire. Cena is a movie star. What could The Rock possibly offer Cena that Cena doesn't already have? CPB, at this point, let Flair in for a three-way ticket. Might as well, bro, right? More the merrier, CPB. So what could Cena offer? What could Rock offer Cena he didn't already have? You see, bro, these are questions casual fans are asking that are not being answered. As a television viewer, when I'm watching a television show, you should explain it to me so I understand. I shouldn't have to be guessing what you're trying to do. I should be understanding it. I should be able to follow the story. So now we've got a million holes, bro. We've got a million holes in the story. Then John Cena cuts a promo, and this is what we call in the wrestling business. John Cena attempted to make chicken salad out of chicken shit because John Cena is a pro. And John Cena tried really, really hard to make sense out of why he turned heel, but it made no sense because the reality of it is there was really no reason for John Cena to turn heel, and there was no reason for John Cena to turn heel because there was no buildup. There was no plan to it. They pulled it out their arse. So now they have to take something that makes no sense, and they've got to try to make sense out of it. And when none of them are writers, that's very, very difficult to do. And Mr. Younger, keep up the amazing work you are doing, Vince. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Abdul Innis. Maybe Rock could offer Cena a higher status in Hollywood. That would be a good angle. Abdul, yes, but, Cena's got a good spot in Hollywood, man. Cena's not hurting. Based Beerus, God of Seduction. Bigger mistake, Jackie leaving Stern or China leaving WWF? Wow, that is a great question. However, Beerus, China didn't really leave the WWF on her own accord. You know what I'm saying? Jackie left on his own accord. So a little different story, I would say. China was really in a very, very tough spot with the situation with Triple H and Stephanie. So I would have to say Jackie. Alejandro, that Cena heel turn sucked. They're so screwed when Cena, Rock, and Roman leave this. Has gone off the rails. They put Cena in a tough spot. Yes, they did. And bro, to add to that, Cena's cutting his promo, trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. And bro, there's no mention of The Rock. There's no mention of The Rock. There's no pre-story. There's no inside look of the conversations they had. Absolutely nothing. This is a horrendous storytelling. And it's horrendous storytelling because it wasn't planned out. They pulled it out their ass. They didn't have an opponent for Cody. And now they have to try to make sense out of a story that makes no sense. And Jing Jang Jong, that's not me being negative. That is a fact, bro. That is a fact. I could tell you about the television show Lost and how a lot of things in that television show made no sense. That's not negative. That's me stating fact. Suleiman Shah. How does Cena go from hustle, loyalty, and respect and a most loved wrestler in a 5-day heel to a heel? Literally opposite. Absolutely, bro. Unless, Sully, there is an explanation. And if there is an explanation, I am still waiting for it. Erith Green, is there any wrestler you wish you could have written for? Absolutely. Absolutely. Number one at the top of that list, the late, great Bray Wyatt. Oh, my God, what a missed opportunity. I would have written for Bray Wyatt for free. I would have written for that dude. DJ Bazuk, what have you done since the WCW? Nothing. And you want to chat shit about WWE? Well, DJ, let's talk about that. I've had a podcasting platform for the last 10 years. I have a subscription base that enables me to make a good living. I have a subscription base that is very loyal. So I've been making a living with Russo's brand for 10 years now. As you can see, I am in the basement of my home. I never have to leave my house. As soon as I'm done with this show, I'm going to go thrifting. I'm going to go thrifting for the rest of the day, which means I'm going to go from thrift store to thrift store and probably look for albums that I don't already have. I love doing that. I'll probably go get some Chinese takeout for me and my wife to have for her when she comes home. So we'll have a nice dinner together. I don't have to go on the road anymore. I don't have to get on airplanes anymore. I don't have to sit at airports anymore. I don't have to deal with wrestling egos anymore. I don't have to deal with wrestling politics anymore. I just was able to purchase a beautiful Airbnb upstate New York. As a matter of fact, I've got guests staying in the Airbnb as we speak. So I own a beautiful Airbnb upstate New York. Is that enough? Is that enough, DJ? Do you need more? If you need more, bro, throw me some more money and I'll give you more, bro. Okay, I'll tell you what I haven't been doing for the last 10 years, okay? How's that, bro? Throw me more money. I'll tell you more things, bro. Beer Rust, do you think Kanye would have been better than Travis? Wow, man. Wow, I tell you what, he would have gotten the WWE a lot more buzz, bro. God, that's huge. Listen, man, as many people hate Kanye as love him, but I don't know if the WWE really wants that kind of heat, man. Like, freaking Kanye West is a smoking gun, and you just never know what the dude's going to say or do, man. So I don't know. Catman, they got to start with the 2 nights in the brands. Listen, man, people can say whatever they want about Vince McMahon. I really believe Vince McMahon cared about the fan base. I really believe Vince McMahon cared about families. Vince McMahon was not greedy. I could tell you, man, I worked with Vince. He was not a greedy man. TKO, bro, they're greedy. They're greedy, and they are squeezing the marks for every penny they possibly can. The WrestleMania ticket prices are absolutely insane. And they are getting to a point where a father cannot take his son to a WWE event because it's just not affordable. That is greed, man. That is corporate greed. And that's a big difference from when Vince McMahon was running this company. Swatsify, Stephanie McMahon got China fired and Triple H cheating ruined her, and Cena only turned heel because Vince would not let it happen. So Triple H did it for the marks. I'm not going to argue with you, Swatify. I'm not going to argue with you. A lot of good points there. Man, guys, a lot of good comments today, man. I appreciate you guys. Vince Nash said Orton should join Cena and Rock. That would not be a bad idea, but you got to keep looking at Angel. If you put all the stars on one side, then who's going to be on Cody's side? You know that there aren't a lot of main eventers in that company. There just aren't a lot of people that are over. So while I like that Kevin Nash idea, who's going to be on Cody's side, bro? Abdul. It would have been better if they waited for Cody to beat Cena at WrestleMania, then have Rock come out, do what they did at Elimination Chamber, then Rock tell the referee start the match. Yeah, I mean, listen, I got to be honest with you, Abdul. I think anything would have been better than the way they're presenting it. And again, you got to understand something. This is not bro, why would I hate WWE? Like, I have no reason to hate them. I really could give a shit what they do. I'm just being honest with you. This is how I make a living, bro. People pay for my opinion because I did this and I know what it takes to write a good television show. But the reality of it is there is no hatred. When I watch a bad television show, I'm going to tell you why I think it's a bad television show, bro. I watched this movie on Netflix the other day, freaking delicious. And I'm sitting there for an hour and 45 minutes to find out in the last 10 minutes of the movie, the people are freaking cannibals, bro. The people are cannibals. I'm sitting there for an hour and a half to find out the people are cannibals. You don't think I didn't cut a promo on that movie? I don't like my time to be wasted. If I watch a shitty Monday Night Football game, I'm going to say it's a shitty Monday Night Football game. That's what I get paid to do. I am a critic. So I am looking at this show. I am showing you where the holes of this show are, and I am trying to explain that to you from a professional point of view. But you've got these freaking marks that are like a fungus, bro. Bro, you ever see like a really bad toe fungus and like the nail turns green and the toe turns black and eventually you got to get the toe cut off? That's what the marks are like, bro. So if I sit here and say anything negative about anything the WWE does, oh, I'm a hater. Oh, I'm bitter that I don't get on a plane every week and get to go deal with the freaking politics of professional wrestling. Bro, kiss my freaking ass. You're clueless. Arith, how you doing? Late 90s, WWE, even though it was targeted 18, 35-year-old men, there were tons of women in the audience. The Royal Rumble 2025 crowd had hardly any women. Yeah, I noticed that too with the Brussels show. Bro, I did not see any women in the crowd at that Brussels show. None. Based Beerus, do you like grunge music? I like it, Beerus, but I wouldn't say I'm a fan of it. I like it, but I'm not a fan of it. Catmandu, what would you rather? Get hit with nails or hang out with Hollywood and Sapp for an hour at a WrestleMania show? Wow. Ooh. I'm trying to think, Catman, of what would be the reality of me hanging out with Hollywood and Sean Sapp for an hour. I will tell you this. I would be highly entertained. I would be highly entertained, and I would have a crap load of material. I would be taking notes. I would probably be taking pictures on my phone. I would say spend the hour with Hollywood and Sapp because I would have a lot of content for russosbrand.com. And speaking of russosbrand.com, guys, you can get this every single day. And obviously you can get this every single day, bro, because I'm one of the few that tell the truth, because I'm not looking for a job from any of these companies. So if it stinks, I could tell you it stinks. And right now, bro, you could sample me all week long, all the co-hosts on the show. Just go to patreon.com/Russo TWC. I love Jing Jangle is literally spending money to insult me. If it's not written by Russo, it's not good, right? So then, according to you, Jing Jang, everything else that I didn't write is not good then. So according to you and according to that logic, Rocky sucked, The Godfather sucked, The Sopranos sucked, Breaking Bad sucked, Goodfellas sucked. What else? Seinfeld sucked. Do I need to go on, Jing Jang? You just paid money to basically make the statement that if it was not written by Vince Russo, then Vince Russo thinks it sucked. Thank you for the contribution, Jing Jang. I just made a horse's ass out of you. So now come back with more money and tell me how I didn't make a horse's ass out of you. Okay, let's go on. Kathmandu. For a chance to get content for the brand. Yeah, no, it would be great content. Bro, that's why, like, I am not kidding around. I would love to meet Tony Khan. I would love to have a conversation with Tony Khan. I would love to have Tony Khan on my show. I would not be disrespectful, man. I would not diss the guy. I would try to get into his head and figure out why he does the things that he does. I would not insult him. I would not cut him down. I would give anything to have an interview with Tony Khan. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God. And I think at the end of it, I think we would be cool with each other. I'm just being honest with you, bro. Okay, let's go to DJ Bazook. That shows you don't love wrestling, but fair play to you, as you said you are better than us. That says you don't love wrestling. I don't love wrestling, but fair play to you, as you said. I don't remember saying I'm better than anybody on this stream. Did I say I was better than anybody on this stream? I don't remember saying that. And listen, I know I'm old and I forget things, but if I said something in the last 40 minutes, I think I'd remember it. Travis, my good friend, man. What's up, Travis? I thought Cena's promo went too long and he was whiny. Also, he should have had a new look instead of looking like a cartoon character. He looks like a creepy old white guy trying to lure kids in. That's a fair perception, Travis. Absolutely fair perception. Base beer, Jing Jong, ping pong. He's a beef stew. Oh my God, I have not heard the beef stew term in a very long time. Where is Elegant Elliott when you need him, bro? What happened to the great Elegant Elliott? Where is he, bro? Max Steel. Bro, if that is not a WrestleMania, a wrestling name, I don't know what is. I'm sure somebody has used that name in wrestling. Max Steel. I hope that's your real name, bro. Max, if that is your real name, you are over with me. I hope they're working together to punish Cody for what he did in AEW. I would love for Triple H to run in and do the 3 count for Cena. Hey, man, you never know, Max. You never know. The wrestling business is very, very, very vindictive, man. So you never know. Han, Mr. Younger, have you considered doing an audience with event? I'm not sure what event is, Han, Mr. Younger. I'm not sure what you mean by that. But if you want to explain it to me, anybody can email me at officialvincerusso@gmail.com. Feel free to email me. Luis, will my Mets make the World Series? Man, Luis, listen. You should be excited about Soto. You should be excited about what the Mets did last year. But my God, Lewis, how is anybody going to get past the Dodgers? I mean, how? How, bro? I mean, they beat the Cubs with their hands tied behind their back without Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman with ease. With ease, man. I don't know, Lewis. I don't know how you get past the Dodgers, man. Ronnie AED. Did you ever consider jumping ship to ECW, trying to work with Heyman there during the late 90s? Do you think that would? I did not, Ronnie, but I did try to get Heyman a job at TNA. I did hook Heyman and Dixie Carter up. I did have multiple conversations with Paul Heyman. So the answer to ECW is no, but I did try to get Heyman in TNA. What else, guys? Feel free. Jing Jong, I'm not going to read your free comments, bro. I'm not going to read. I see your name in the corner of my eye. No free comments, bro. If you want to make a horse's ass out of yourself, you got to pay for it. So, guys, that's all I'm trying to say. I am looking at this strictly from a writing point of view. If this thing were planned out, it just could have been so much better. But when it was a decision made at the last moment, there's just going to be a lot of holes in the story. And I think that's what we're seeing now. Lewis, Vince, should baseball have a salary cap? Absolutely 1,000%. But it will never, ever happen because the players' union will never, ever, ever allow that, Luis. But absolutely, what the Dodgers are doing is absolutely ridiculous. It's great for the players, bro. It's great for the players. It sucks for baseball, in my opinion. Doc King! When did wrestling fans become so soft? I don't know. Ask Jing Jong. Hey, Jing Jong, do you want to pay to answer why wrestling fans have become so soft? Real OG wrestling fans understood that this product today just doesn't hold up what I'm used to seeing dating back to the 80s, 90s, and 2000s period. I'll go back one decade further, Doc King. Going back to the 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s period, bro. You ain't going to get an argument from me. I worked in a wrestling industry where there were men, bro. I worked with men. Not children, men. Alejandro. Cena says he's done with the fans, but he comes out with new merch for the fans. It makes no sense. Thank you, Alejandro. Thank you. Sam Murray. Vince, during the Attitude Era, will you offend the opening pyro and did it echo through the entire bit? Oh, shit, yes. Yes, I was a fan of the pyro. And Murray, I swear, bro, to this day, my hearing is affected from that. Yes, it was loud as shit. Yes. Louis Martino, are you going to debate Disco on his show? Louis, debating Disco is like debating the disco puppet back there. You see the disco puppet back there? That's what it's like debating, bro. A puppet without a brain. All right, a lot of great comments today, guys. I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. I don't want to miss anybody, so let me scroll up here just to make sure. Okay, I think I am all caught up. Let's see. I also found out yesterday, guys, I am going to be reviewing WrestleMania for Sports Kita on both nights. As soon as it is over, I will be reviewing that show on their network. So I want to thank them for the gig. Thank you very, 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 very much. All right, guys, I went much longer than usual, man, because you guys had a lot of great comments, and I wanted to make sure I answered anybody. I want to remind you again, bro, you can get this each and every day, man. I do multiple podcasts every single day on russosbrand.com. You can get a free week by going to patreon.com/RussoTWC. Guys, if you are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. It is free, bro. I've got over 2,000 free videos on there. Like the channel, leave a comment. It really, really helps us with the algorithms. That is it, everybody. Xing Zhang, thank you for the money, bro. I appreciate it. Guys, you are the best. Wait a minute. Got to put the brakes on, man. We got more comments. Luis Martinez. Every wrestler that talks about him and says he's a genius except you. Is there something personally you have against him? Well, Luis, you got to understand something. Every wrestler that talks about Heyman says he's a genius. I didn't work with Heyman, Luis. I never worked with him. So the genius that they might have saw in working with him, I never worked with him. So I want to be fair to Paul. I never worked with Paul as a booker or a creative writer. So I can't say he was a genius or he sucked. I never worked with him in that capacity. Beerus. Yeah, man, I did like Mike Awesome. I liked Mike Awesome a lot. Mike Awesome was a really, really, really good dude. All right, guys, I am going to hit the music again. I'm going to play it out. If you want to get in something, I'll stop it. But, guys, that is it, man. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate all the super stickers. I appreciate all the donations. God bless each and every one of you, even you, Jing Zhang. And, guys, have a great weekend. I will see you on the other side.